Sammy, a fiercely protective older sister, defends her brother Danny from a bully named Justin at school. A fight ensues, and both children are sent to the principal's office. During the meeting, Sammy lashes out at her mother, Quinn, accusing her of not believing her and calling her a terrible mom. Quinn is heartbroken and left wondering if she's truly failing as a parent. Sammy's words, "You're a terrible mom," replayed on loop in her mind. A cruel and unexpected blow. Was Sammy right? Had she failed as a mother? Was this just a phase, a result of the stress of the move and the new school? Or was there something deeper, something more troubling that Sammy wasn't expressing?
Am I a bad mom? Quinn couldn't help but think to herself. Quinn shook off these thoughts and opened the door to her office to find her supervisor, Dr. Dean Crawford, waiting for her. Dr. Crawford? Quinn motioned towards the half-empty office. What is going on? Dr. Murphy, it's wonderful to see you again. But you have ruined my surprise. Dr. Crawford took Quinn by the arm and led her to the elevator. What surprise? I have a procedure later today that I need to prepare for. Of course, doctor. This surprise will take no time at all. I wanted to tell you about this earlier, but you had that rush of patients and we didn't get the cleaners here in time. In time for what? Quinn asked as Dr. Crawford pressed the button for the top floor, where all the executives and other supervisors, like him, had their offices. Quinn stepped off the elevator and onto the plushy carpet. Dr. Crawford led her to the corner office and opened the door with a dramatic flourish. Welcome to your new office, Dr. Murphy. The office was gorgeous, with lots of natural light from large windows and a plush office chair in front of a massive desk. Whoa, this is... Quinn mumbled. I know. Beautiful, isn't it? Quinn nodded. I guess I'm just wondering why I am being given such a lovely gift. I haven't been promoted yet, and I'm not a supervisor like you. There was a pause, and Quinn felt a twist inside her gut. No, but you are a wonderful and talented surgeon, and we want our doctors to be happy and relaxed here at Roosevelt Memorial, even if they are doing tedious paperwork. Quinn nodded, but she was unconvinced. This wouldn't be because I'm Fred Smith's fiancé, would it? Dr. Crawford froze. He forced a smile on his face. Of course not, Doctor. Mr. Smith is a wonderful benefactor of this hospital, but your work speaks for itself. These compliments didn't convince Quinn, but she had patience to get to. She needed to focus. Thank you, Dr. Crawford. I'm flattered. Later that day, after her rounds and once she was alone, Quinn sank into the plushy chair in her swanky new office until her cell phone vibrated across her desk. She looked at the call ID, but it was a blocked number. She ignored the call. Probably a spam caller, she thought. The phone rang again. Quinn forced herself to sit up and answer the phone. Dr. Murphy speaking. How may I help you? Quinn was so tired she could barely get the words out of her mouth. Quinn, it's Fred. I've been calling you all day, Fred snapped. Quinn sat up and looked at her phone, and there were over 20 missed calls. I was with patients. Are you okay? Did something happen? Have you had another seizure? Quinn rattled off every thought that bounced around her brain at that moment. She was worried about Fred. She was concerned about the kids. She was nervous about performing well at her job. She felt pulled in a million different directions. No, but I do have an emergency that I need your help with. What? Is someone else hurt? No. I will be by the hospital to pick you up in 10 minutes. Can you be ready for dinner by then? I guess, Quinn said. But what is going on, Fred? I'll explain in the car. Fred snapped and hung up. Quinn stared at the phone. 10 minutes later, driver up front nodded his cap to her from the front seat. She smiled back and waved. Fred sat beside her in an expensive black suit. He leaned forward to adjust his tie in the rearview mirror.
That's what you're wearing?
Would you have preferred my bloody scrubs instead? Quinn retorted. Fred held up his hands in surrender.
You're right. I shouldn't have sprung this on you at such late notice. But if we continue this ruse of you being my fiancé, we have to prove to some significant people in my life that we are really in love.
Quinn felt her body tense up at Fred's serious tone. She watched him fidget with matching diamond cufflinks and tug at his freshly pressed shirt. She felt very underdressed next to him. Who exactly are we meeting, Fred? Quinn smoothed down the wrinkles in her dress pants. Fred glanced over at her.
We're going to meet my parents.
Quinn's heart pounded against her ribs. Meeting Fred's parents was not something she had anticipated. The elaborate office, the forced smiles, the constant questioning, it all felt like a carefully orchestrated performance. Now, with the stakes raised and the spotlight shining brighter, Quinn wonders if she's truly ready to play this role. Can she convincingly portray a loving fiancé? Will Fred's parents see through the charade? And what secrets lie hidden beneath the surface of this seemingly perfect facade?
Hey, I'm Jenny. If you're wondering what happens next, download the Pocket FM app now and listen to the exciting episodes of A Mother's Battle.